Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and got a good one for you today because banks are being manipulated. There is a thing called credit bust out, which I have to thank Dr. Marvin for because I got educated on something this morning. But this is something that is going on, and the system is manipulated, guys, completely manipulated, and people are taking advantage of it instead of just going out and buying something and having, repairing their credit. They're using things to rip off the world. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and this morning we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold Group, which I'll talk about in a bit. First thing first, woman named Letties Garcia went out and bought herself a Mercedes from a dealership. And you think, okay, no big deal. Well, what it was determined was she went out and she froze her credit. And by freezing her credit, she then manipulated the credit and saying, hey, I have been the victim of identity theft. And what these people do is then they go out and they start to set up new credit and act like that's their real credit report. And basically what they do is they go out and then they buy something very expensive or multiple things very expensive without reporting it to the credit agency because your credit's frozen during this time. So people go out and they buy multiple cars. They go out and they buy everything from appliances, cars, things that are of a high dollar ticket. And then they just don't pay. Just don't pay. Now, the other way that they do this, because I researched it quite a bit, is that they steal a fake identity and they become John Smith. And John Smith goes out and he gets his credit frozen so that there's no history. The guy could be a 50-year-old man and he'll have no history. Hey, listen, my identity was stolen. Then he goes out and gets credit cards that you can get that don't have, a difficulty in getting, but you make payments on it back and forth. And if you do this over the course of 2 or 3 months, you can get yourself a decent little credit rating quickly. So what do? They then go out and go on a buying spree and stiff the banks. Is that crazy? I mean, they're doing this all over the place. But again, man, I'm just, the effort that these people go to rip the world off is mind-boggling, mind-boggling. And if they just use their efforts, when I was a screenwriter and I would do research, I was blown away at the efforts of white-collar crime. I'm thinking, God, these guys are so smart. Organized crime, things that they would do. Just do it legitimately, and you guys would be, so rich because you're so smart. But no, let's rip people off. Let's take advantage of the system. So the other thing is a dealership, a Mitsubishi dealership, got a car brought in, and they were noticing that the car didn't really check out. So what they did was they started looking at the paperwork and, hey, this is that car. And then all of a sudden they realized that they needed to check the VIN number. Could not match the VIN number with the vehicle. Now, what most people don't know is that the VIN number is on 5 spots in the car. Now, what most people don't know is that the VIN number is on 4 spots in the car. You've got it stamped in the dashboard near the windshield. You've got it on a plate or a sticker in the driver's side door jamb. You've got it stamped in the engine firewall. I never knew that, guys. Engine firewall. Wow. And you've got it stamped in the chassis also, the VIN number. Now, the VIN number is 27 numbers with letters and numbers, and they're unique so that every single car as of 1981 has this on the car, and this way you can identify the car. So what they found out was that the car got into an accident in another country, and Jordan, and was then shipped to the United States. Isn't that wild? So again, people are doing this, and you've got all this manipulation, but it's happening more and more. Now, here's the other thing, is people are stupid right now. People are getting completely taken advantage of when it comes to the purchase of vehicles. And my favorite one, was this should be illegal. And it was a man that got approved for a 2024 Jeep. And you're like, oh, that's no big deal. The guy went crazy. How about this one? He bought the car for $74,599. That's bad enough. The finance charge on that, the interest on his loan, will be $55,931. The APR, the annual percentage rate, is almost 18%, 17.69%, which is crazy, okay? The term is 84 months. Okay, guys, that's 7 years this guy's going to be paying on this. So 7 years on the loan. His monthly payment on this, think about this, is $1,565.84. $1,565.84 for 7 years. Okay. Now the odometer reading, the car only had 860 miles on it, so used car, guys. Isn't that crazy? So again, people are stupid right now for doing stuff like this. There's a lot more to cover. Let me know what you think so far. Hey, let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Think about this, guys. April 2024 to April 2025, you've seen gold go up 40%. 40% inside of a year. We have seen just over the last few days that gold went up over $100 an ounce. The best place to buy your gold at is Patriot Gold Group. Contact them today, 888-330-1431. Do not wait for this. We're seeing all these channels like this and every place else, talk about the problems with the economy. And the one safe haven investment is gold. Contact them today. They sell all types of precious metals. They've been #1 rated with Consumer Affairs for 9 years in a row. IRAs with no fee for life and qualifying rollovers, 401ks backed by precious metals. Contact Patriot Gold Group today, 888-330-1431. Let them answer all your questions. Contact them today. You do not want to miss out on this. Contact Patriot Gold before it's too late. Now, there's a lot more to cover today. Think about this, guys. Our credit is at risk all the time. It really is. And these poor people got victimized and had a data breach that affected so many. 900,000 people. Think about this. The country's largest dialysis company, Comparitech, got hit with a data breach. Everybody got their name, their social, the fact that they're on dialysis. How about that one? Does everybody want to talk about that? No, Dan. I don't want people to know about this. Okay? Well, they're going to find out and they're going to hold people hostage. But 900,000 people just had their identity completely wiped out and stolen by hackers with this company. So, want to let you know about that one. You know, the incident was in mid-April and it started on March 24th. And then they finally let everybody know about this, but they took all the financial data, 1.5 terabytes of, data. 900,000 people had their identity stolen. Again, guys, awful, 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 awful. When it comes to the credit right now, the banks are not stupid. They know that people are having a difficult time. So if they can delay things, if they can have shenanigans, they want people to be able to go out there and buy things. Klarna and Afterpay, they were going to start listing their, purchases on the credit reports. So what did they do? They've delayed it a little bit so that people can have a breathing room. No, it's so that people can be in debt, guys. Klarna and Afterpay don't want people to know that your data is on these sites. I'm telling you guys, you want freedom, you want financial freedom. Here it is. Get out of debt, guys. Don't owe anybody money. Don't be a jackass and buy a car for 7 years. No one needs that Jeep, okay? No one needs a Jeep, okay? Anyways, well, I won't be doing commercials for them anytime soon. Point is that, guys, it's too much, okay? It's too much. No one cares about what you drive. And I'll never forget Doug over the weekend with his wife. It's like, God, you were so right. No one cares. We went and bought a used Lexus, Dan. It was the greatest thing we ever did. Yeah, do that, guys. Go out. But Klarna and Afterpay, congratulations. If you guys are using that service, they're not reporting you to the credit agencies right now so that they can give people room. No, so you can be in debt to their company, guys. That's it. Don't fall for this scam. Please don't fall for this scam. Okay? You know, a roofing company owner, let me get this character's name, Trencito Gutierrez. Well, he went out, he owns a roofing company, and what he did was he went out and bought tires, bought used tires, bought new tires, and tried to sell them. And eventually, they found out that the credit cards were stolen, and this guy got arrested. And what he did was he bought $13,000 worth of tires one day, $10,000 worth of tires another day, and they finally said, hey, that's kind of suspicious. Okay? So what they do, they called the police, and the owner of the roofing company said, hey, deliver the tires here to this address. And they delivered them to the address, but they had the police in tow, and the police arrested one of the employees who just rolled over. Okay, I didn't do this, you know? So there's that, which I love stuff like that, you know? Wells Fargo Bank is deploying AI agents everywhere. We want you to know this, that they're going to be rolled out in all corporate levels with our credit cards, with our call centers, with corporate banking, internal operations through a deep partnership. You know, employees will use AI agents to automate tasks. Guys, you're not going to deal with people, but I'm telling you, if you work at Wells Fargo, look for another job. Have something in the background because they're going to get rid of you. Your days are numbered at Wells Fargo. Eventually, you know, there's an attorney that told me, he goes, you know what? You're going to see companies that are going to be completely ran by AI, and some guy's going to own it, and they're not going to have any employees, and they're going to list, we have, you know, 1,260 agents. Well, agents, what kind of agents are they? Well, they're the agents that are computerized, okay? So there's that. But again, Wells Fargo's already having this. You know, everybody talks about how innovative this is going to be and how great it's going to be. It's going to take away from the workforce. Let's face it, not everybody's going to own the business. A lot of people have to work someplace. So there's that. Next thing is, you know, instant payments. Guys, I'm telling you, we've talked about the problem with, you know, the digital currency and how this is changing. ACH is an electronic payment system that basically you can initiate an ACH, and it can take sometimes a day or two to transfer money from one place to the next. Well, now you're going to have instant payments, and it's going to come out of your account, and you're starting to see big companies do this and global merchants do this because they're tired of getting stiffed. They're tired of saying, oh, we're getting paid, and the money will be in our account 2 days later. Nope, not good enough. Not good enough. So, want to remind you guys that we have a private channel called iAllegedly Live, and we talk about the stuff we can't talk about other places, and it's completely uncensored and free. Okay, like tunnel vision. Anyways, final story, which I love. Our county fair here, Orange County Fair, is run by a bunch of idiots. And so much so that I was going to sue them. I still may sue them now because of something that happened. But one thing that they did was they didn't like negative criticism on social media sites. Think about this. You work for a county fair, and people are complaining about what? The price of admission, the price of parking. You know what we'll do? We'll get rid of the negative comments on our social media accounts. How insane is that, guys? How ridiculous is that? You can't handle negative comments? Gosh, guys, read my comments some days. You get the same little bitches that all they do is complain. You know, it's funny, okay? Same people that do it over and over again. I watch the video because they'll comment on like the last story. So they watch everything. Get a job, Dan. Okay. Okay. You know, but it's funny. The county fair couldn't handle negative criticism. So this was breaking news today. And I'm like, breaking news with the county fair? Did somebody die on a ride? Fingers crossed. Anyway, no. It wasn't that. It was the fact that they're allowing negative criticism. Took a friend last week to her birthday, something she really wanted to do, and I took her to see Casey and the Sunshine Band, and got her in the third row because I'm a cool guy. But anyways, look at KC. He looks like he ate KC. Or as he even made a joke, you guys are probably expecting the 23-year-old KC that's handsome, and I look more like KFC in the Sunshine Band, which I thought was funny, and it was. Okay, so hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make good choices, and feel free to let us know what's on your mind, guys. Good and bad. I love hearing it. But thank you. I have so many stars out there. Dr. Marvin, Lauren, Connecticut, Doug, just Jesse. It's funny. Jesse sent me an envelope of stories, and I'm like, wow, Jesse, I could do a whole video on just this envelope. So I think I'm going to do that for Jesse and just do a full envelope story. So Jesse sends me the newspaper clippings from around the country. Okay, like and subscribe, guys. Make good choices. See you soon.